All right, let's bring in my next guest. Good friend of mine, former Congressman, a Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient, folks, the CEO of Trump Media and Technology Group, the chairman of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board. I'm happy to have Devin Nunes right here in studio. Thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. That was an exciting press conference there.
Yeah, so tell us, what's your take? So Trump was talking about, you had the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth there, he had Pam Bondi there, Attorney General, Kash Patel, the FBI. They're all working together really to take fentanyl and really deadly drugs off our streets.
Yeah, that's right. And look, what I love about the president the most is that he goes 7 days a week, and every day he's putting the fake news on their back feet. They can't keep up with him because he's doing multiple events a day, multiple press conferences, and he's driving things forward day by day. And they can't attack him enough to slow him down as much as they've tried. Yeah. And I think it's spectacular. I mean, look, and it's not like people didn't know that they voted for this. How many times did he get up there in the rallies and say, if you send fentanyl into this country, I'm going to go after you.
Yeah. He said for years, I will kill drug dealers.
That's right.
Point blank. You're right.
He said he was going to do it. And now
no bait and switch here at all.
What he's doing it, he's blowing up ships in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told you he was going to do it.
Not many of those submarines have fishing rods in the back.
And look, this is how bad So I chair the President's Intelligence Board, and
can I just ask you, what does that mean? What is that?
It was set up by Eisenhower to actually be outside people that come in and give the president advice. Mm-hmm. And what I find myself mostly doing is adjudicating differences between like the CIA, FBI, DOJ, DNI, working with all of them. It's kind of like my old role. Mm-hmm. But Eisenhower set it up originally to try to stop kind of the defense industrial complex from being built. Didn't work too well. It was last probably really used well during the Reagan administration. And when the president asked me to do this won't be a surprise to you, he wants the intelligence agencies, the politicization gone. Mm. So we spend a lot of our time working on that. But as it deals with this fentanyl thing I was going to tell you about in Venezuela, one of the issues that I found when I came back in, because I was out of government, starting up True Social, Trump Media, and then coming back in, and the intelligence. Well, basically, there was no intelligence on Venezuela or Colombia or the drug trafficking. It didn't exist. Can you imagine? We had this free flow of people. Because remember, Venezuela was dumping people. They were coming through the Darién Gap, up through Panama. We had God knows how many people came into our country. I mean, 2 million, 10 million, I don't know. But it was a bunch of people, bad people. And can you imagine President Trump walks in the door? I walk in the door after being out of Congress. You used to get these briefings. They didn't have anything on Venezuela, Colombia, nothing. So, so the Trump administration had to come in, people, Kash and Director Ratcliffe, these guys, CIA and all they had to go in and start to figure out, okay, what the hell's going on here? And of course, what they figured out is that this bastard's sending in, he's basically working with our cartels, sending drugs, letting them flow into our country.
And criminals.
And it's killing.
And criminals.
And they're all kind of interrelated, but you see it, Eric, you see it every day. I mean, especially when I'm back in California. I mean, we have zombies running around this country. Yeah. Yep. Their lives have been destroyed by these drugs.
Congressman, I lost a child to fentanyl. I'm hyper aware of how important that really is, and hundreds of thousands of American deaths at the hands of fentanyl.
And for you, and I guarantee you, and people like you, you have no issue with these ships, subs, boats are shipping drugs through the Caribbean or into the Pacific. I think it's the right use of our U.S. military to blow them out of the water.
The Secretary of War was very, very adamant and very meticulous describing how they know, they're sure those folks are dead. And it's working. Trump points out it's working. Very quickly, only a couple minutes before the end of the show, you were there during a lot of this nonsense with Russiagate, and I'm speaking specifically of Comey. Bolton now indicted on a multiple count indictment. I'm waiting for Brennan, maybe Ray, maybe the other deep staters. You're part of the House Intelligence Committee. Tell us about what took so long to indict these folks.
Well, that's a long subject. It would take a whole show. But here's what I have to say about this right now. They're going to be lucky if they only get indicted for this. because the truth, like these are crimes, they're real crimes that I would have gotten in trouble for when I was in Congress. I mean, anybody would have gotten in trouble for them. I mean, just leaking, the blatantly just leaking classified information like Bolton did, knowing that, I mean, you've seen the clips of him basically going after Trump for having the classified documents on the phony raid at Mar-a-Lago. But remember what they did to Roger Stone, right down the street here in Florida. Steve Bannon.
Colleague here.
Yeah. They notified CNN. They put, 50 people that invaded his house, took him out, basically in his shorts and T-shirt, got him out of bed. That's not happening to these guys. And so there's those crimes that are based that are crimes that normal people, if you're in the military or intelligence, you'd get busted for. The larger crime here is the conspiracy that these guys have been on that started with the Russia hoax back in the day to cover up for what? Hillary Clinton's emails. That's what that was about. It was a cover-up plan to smear Trump and the Republicans for Hillary Clinton's emails because they were afraid that they were going to come out. Started with that, and then right across the river right here, right across the waterway, not too far from us, is Mar-a-Lago. And it culminated with them raiding Mar-a-Lago. Mm-hmm. That is all one big story done by many of the same people. So they will be damn lucky if they don't get indicted on that, because that's what they really should, for putting not only the American people, weakening us abroad, ruining relationships, and making, I think, it very difficult for us to deal with Putin. Like, I don't think if it wasn't for all this Russia nonsense, Putin probably doesn't invade Ukraine, mm-hmm. right? I mean, if they just would have kept the dialogue open with him, he's a crazy guy, but kept the dialogue open. So now you got hundreds of thousands, if not 1 million people dead. So these people, not only did they do damage to the American people, do damage to President Trump and his family, to many innocent people, these people need to pay a price or they'll do it again. They'll do it again. So I'm hopeful that there will be a full investigation of everything that happened. I mean, you've already seen some of this stuff with the Jack Smith stuff start to come out. There was no reason to this. You understand? I think your listeners understand this, or viewers understand this. It's not normal to raid a former president's home. Mm. That happens in third world countries. Right. It should not be happening here in the United States.
And the former first lady's closet and
Barron's
going through his drawers and whatnot. Devin Nunes, always great to have you. Truth Social CEO, he's killing it. This guy you're killing it with the streaming, with Truth Social, with Truth Plus. It's awesome. We're all over it. I love having you.
Yeah. And Real America's Voice has been great. You guys have been so great.
You've been great to the Bolling show as well. Stay here for 1 second. I want to just tell the folks about one thing before we go. The Edge, we've been talking about The Edge quite a bit. We dropped a brand new show this morning. This show's killing it. Show the full screen of that. There it is. This guy he broke his back as a college football player at Auburn, became a personal trainer. He owns 8 gyms in Miami area right now, just opening up in Nashville too. He talks about what it means to get back up, and that's exactly what The Edge is about. Next full screen very quickly, folks. I am thanking you for your subscription. Hit it right there. Show a camera to that QR code. You hit the yellow line, or do this. Go to youtube.com/@Eric Bolling. The Edge, youtube.com/Eric Bolling. The Edge, we are crushing. We're growing 100 times faster than any new YouTube show. 100 times faster because of you. I thank you for your subscription. I thank you, Devin, for being in studio with us. And you want to throw to Steve Bannon and say, hey, Bannon's coming up?